We engage in authentic conversations about our weekly entrepreneurial goals while exploring business, failures, success, and personal growth.
We're going to continue to work and get better at this, so thanks for tuning in.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Our vision will highlight a diversity of guests who are creatives, industry leaders, and individuals creating positive change within our communities. Join us on the Our Vision podcast.
Our shared journey to become better humans.
It's not only our vision, but it's your vision too.
FSU.
The struggle is real. I'm going to be honest. I felt so scattered lately. I felt like I'm jumping back and forth to all these different micro goals that we have,
Right.
that I have. You know, we have video production, we have home investing stuff, improvements, property, you know, all that stuff.
Personal goals,
Fitness, all that stuff. But the thing I'm struggling the most with is like the business stuff and investing stuff, the property business. What do I focus on the most, or what do I need to focus on the most? That's where my struggle is. So this week, I'm going to get back into focusing on our video production and keep moving forward with that.
I think that's a
So
great
that's
idea.
where I am, and I'm going to start planning. You know, I've been working on some editing here and there, but I'm going to get working on our promotional video because I think that's important so we can run ads.
Yeah, I think we can actually have fun with that too.
Yeah.
It'll be fun being creative for ourselves. And
Which I've already begun.
yeah, seen the outline.
I can't remember exactly. I kind of put it on hold a little bit. I have an outline going, but not a clear vision yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I will, and I'm going to continue hashing that out. So that's me. That's where I am. That's where my struggles are. How about you?
Yeah, of course, this came up more today when we were meeting with, we joined an accountability group with some friends of ours that are, some are out of state, some are in state, and they do a quarterly accountability group. So I kind of touched base with Justin about what I was setting for my personal goals, and realized I wasn't hitting all of them. And so I wasn't really beating myself up. We left town for a little bit to help out at Sarah's Waypoint Vet thing, and that kind of cut into some of the goals that we were working on, our personal goals that I was working on. And so life gets in the way sometimes. So I was kind of thinking of that and deciding like what was important. And I think need to focus more on the video production too. I agree with you. Like it would give me something to anchor myself to, but I also feel that the next thing important to me is to make sure we get the construction done on this house. So fixing it up. We ripped the ceiling out today. We need to get the bathroom done. Those kind of things are really important to me because I think the longer we stay in this unit, and we're going to look at another house, the longer we stay in this unit, we could be possibly losing revenue. And
they're just as important to me as they are to you.
Yeah,
I'm not putting those on the back burner, and I don't want you to think that.
No, so. And you were, yeah, and I know that. I'm trying to talk from my perspective, and I know that because we talk about that off of the podcast. But if I say that I'm losing track of that, that's how I feel scattered. I feel scattered that we're not moving as fast on some of those things or focused on the video production as hard as we need to. And that's my own personal fault. There's 168 hours in a week. I have a choice to do it. For some reason, I fell off the wagon of doing some things that we need to do. So I'm excited to at least talk about it openly that we're struggling with that, because then we can start to focus more on the video and some other things. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
Before we went on the trip, I was feeling mentally down too. I don't know if it's because of the weather, and I don't know. There's those occasional ups and downs that I have, and it was hard to focus. That was one of the reasons why it was hard to focus too.
Weather wasn't helping at all because in Ohio here we just started breaking. So we just went through a long winter, of course, and then we'd get like one warm day and then 3 or 4 really what we would consider crappy. I don't like sitting around in the rain. They can't get outdoors, that kind of thing. So I don't think that helps, but I think you're right. There's times where it's up and down.
But at the same time, I don't want to use that as an excuse.
Right.
So
yeah, you have to move beyond that. And we talked, and I thought today when one of our friends brought up, like it's okay to like they were saying, like, it was more of like, you don't want to get complacent. You still want to accomplish it. So you can't use that as an excuse kind of thing, you know? So I don't know. Yeah. I'm trying to think of some of the other areas that I'm struggling in. I would say my focus, you know, which can happen. Ideally, I do not want to stick into that pattern because that's not going to help us at all with what we're trying to work on, collectively or otherwise. So yeah, I feel, and the weather's getting nicer too. So I'm a little more distracted with the weather getting nicer. Wanting to be outdoors more and that kind of thing. So yeah, so that's where I'm struggling at. I don't know if you can think of any other areas that you're personally struggling at, or not just with business. I know you're talking about being down, but your personal goals. I don't know if you feel down about or kind of disappointed in not accomplishing something, and as far as your personal goals go.
Yeah, I had the time management, but that kind of, like the first 2 weeks I was good with that, and then as the end of the second week going into the third week, I started to fall off hitting some of those block time goals that I had throughout the day. So I want to get back on track with that. Maybe, I don't know, I might take a different approach with that too. But I was feeling better when I was doing those things like working out in the morning, because I never used to do that in the past. I would always do it after work or early evening. But I noticed I was becoming more productive when I was doing it in the mornings.
Okay, so
where I felt more focused.
Yeah, so maybe that's, you know, simplify, maybe go back to doing that, you know, see if that perks you up a little bit. But yeah, I think I like being real about this stuff, is that not every week is going to be like, oh, I made a home run. You know, it's just not, I don't think that happens for most people. I think there probably are people on this planet that just keep going. But that's just not who I am. I know that I struggle with ups and downs at times. I know, you know, so I'm not going to beat myself up because I didn't get XYZ done, you know, but I'm also not going to use that as an excuse not to move forward and recognize that I need to be more productive on the subject matters that we just were talking about and mentioned prior. So yeah, hopefully next week when we come back and we're talking about this stuff, we did become more productive. You know,
the reason I'm going back to video production in business is because that's what brings in the money to keep moving forward. That's how we make a living.
Right.
So I think that's super important for us to continue that. And also, I'm not saying just video production, but also your photography, which you've been working on that.
We bounce back and forth, and you help me with that also. And we've been, so yeah, but I think
you and I both need to pursue more and take action.
Yeah.
And getting more clients.
Yeah. And
on both sides.
Oh yeah. So. I totally agree with you. So, but you got to be honest with yourself. And we're not, when I say that you, I think being honest with yourself and saying that we're not hitting some of those goals is important too, you know, instead of pretending like everything's fine, you know, and we're not here to do this podcast and like blow smoke. And that's just not who we are. It's not what I want to be. But on the other hand, some things that are going good for me was yoga. Since I started the accountability group, I've been going 3 times a week. My body feels better. That's good. With the photography stuff, I was able to maybe pick up some more clients. I was able to get into a BGSU Fire Islands and shoot this past, you know, right before we left. It looks like I picked up a little more time at the vocational school in our area, and it looks like I might be able to pick up another school for some headshots. And I'm working on some sports to do some sports shots for different groups around the area here. So I've got a couple leads on that, and that can make a difference with business for me and us. So there are some good things going on, but I am struggling at staying focused in the mornings. So, and I think you brought up a good point about the schedule, like setting a schedule again and trying to get, you know, working on those things daily. So
Nothing's been detrimental. I think we've just fallen off a little bit.
That's a good point. Nothing is detrimental, but
we just got to get back on track and become more focused on business areas is one thing, because we need to.
Right. Well, and I think being more productive and more focused on that is going to ultimately accomplish what we need, is more revenue.
Yeah.
So nothing is like, we're not falling apart. I agree with you. So good point. But any other areas that you exercise, though? We went, it was really cool. We got a bike path around here. Went for a 7-mile bike ride. That's the longest bike ride I've been in years.
That's one thing I didn't bring up, was like the biking. I have a hard time getting out on the bike because I hate just riding on sidewalks in the same area. I love being on trails and nature.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to switch that. You're gonna have to take your bike somewhere then.
How was gas prices?
Yeah, well, that's true.
Like gas hog of a vehicle.
Yeah, so $4.25 today I saw. Ugh. Yeah.
So
yeah, so that goes back to the why. You're not really motivated to do city driving.
It's not that I'm not motivated. I'll still do it.
Well, you're not.
It just makes it a little more difficult.
You're not motivated to do it as much.
I do like to ride because of the fitness, but it makes it a little more difficult. Not that it makes me not want to ride at all.
No, I don't think
it just makes it a little more difficult because it's like, and we're in a small city. There's no, they don't, I know they're working on like bike paths and all that. Like that's on the agenda for the city, but there's really not much around here as far as bike paths. I can't go, there's no like bike and hikes. There's no tow paths.
No, it's not even safe to go down 6 to Huron.
And I don't like riding in the roads.
No, it's
because
Route 6 is not a safe journey.
It's dangerous today with everybody on their phones while they're driving.
So to clarify, what I meant by is you're not as motivated. The why doesn't really fit. Like you'd rather be on a trail, like up towards.
I would rather be. That would be ideal.
Right. So it's easier to get excited about that than a flat bike path that goes nowhere and you're limited. You don't want to be on the side streets and all that other stuff.
But it's still fitness. It's something that I need, so I'll still do it. I still like being on my bike. It just gets boring after a while, riding on the same sidewalks, and maybe I'll start riding through people's yards.
Or we could build ramps over their fences.
Maybe riding in yards where people have the pit bulls and stuff.
That would shake things up.
Yeah.
And that would keep you
a little more exciting.
The energy would really flow. I think if you ran into pit bulls, and just kind of learn where their leash can't catch you. I think it would be a good idea for you. You should work on that. It's a meaningful goal. Fitness goal.
So,
well, the other thing I wanted to do this summer, and I've been reading about it, is I want to kayak. I think that would be something I could do for fitness that I would enjoy. So I've been looking at those. I think I can get one that I would be okay with for a few $100 because I don't want to spend a ton of money on something that I'm just getting into. Try to find something decent, and then, down the road if I enjoy it.
Have you looked for used ones?
I have. I've got it bookmarked, and I've been getting some. They've been popping up. It's interesting. Some of the used ones are just as much as going to buy a new one. Sometimes I don't understand where people are at in their heads. I don't know how old they are either. Because I know the last couple of years with COVID, people were using them more frequently. Maybe they were trying to get their money back out of them. I don't know. I don't know enough about them either. So, but I do know some of them are like, wait a minute, I seen that online. It's like $400 and you're charging for $375. Like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
So I am keeping my eye on it. So that's gonna be my thing. I think I'm gonna buy a kayak. Because we have a lot of areas around here we can drop it.
How are you going to mount it?
I'm not.
Or how are you going to I'm gonna take it around in your car?
I'm looking for one that's probably 9 feet, and my trunk is 4 feet. If I lay my seat down, that puts me at another 2 feet. So there's only a little bit sticking out, and I'll just strap it down, the hood down and everything, and strap it in.
Put a little flag on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm okay with that. And I'm kind of short. I'm a small guy, so to like put it on top of the car, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to scratch it, Brad. I'm just like, I don't want to do that. And it's like, I don't know, just throw it in the back of my trunk. So maybe I'll do it 10 times this summer if I buy one soon. You know what I mean? It's not like I'll figure it out as the time goes. So
Yeah.
But we do have a lot of places. You said bike rides, kayak. We have a lot of areas around here where we're able to drop in and kayak around. So I thought that would be a good thing to do in the summer around here.
Man, my stomach, dude.
You ate too much, bro.
I ate too much.
And that food was crappy, man. It's hard to find. It's
nice view and shitty food.
Yeah. It's got a beautiful.
But then I had a large banana split from Toff's. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I know that doesn't help, but the food was not good. I mean, that was not a $25 meal.
No, it was way overpriced.
That's like
seems like everything's overpriced from inflation to even the shitty food.
Yeah.
But it seems like even the shitty food's gone up as much as like the good food. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know how they justify all this, but I will not be eating out for a while. Yeah, definitely. The food quality is.
I've spent too much money eating out lately.
Well, and it's the quality too.
Yeah.
It's just not good. I agree with you. Yeah, it's too much money and it's not good. Like, I'd rather go to the store and buy a steak.
A lot of restaurants lately.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm trying to think if I had any meals lately where I was like, oh, this was good. You know who's got a good sandwich is that Superman down here. Like I enjoy
Superman?
Yeah. No, he's got a great sandwich.
Yeah, he's got some good food. I
feel like when
unique food.
Pay him for his sandwich, I feel like I'm full, and I feel like he gives me a good cut of meat, and it tastes good.
Yeah,
I did not feel that way tonight at that restaurant. I don't want to knock anybody down, but I almost want to say the restaurant name, but I'm not going to.
Yeah,
but yeah, I didn't feel like I got my money's worth there. No, I didn't get my $25-$30 worth of my hamburger and some. I don't know what the hell what was it? Corn fritters or some shit. $30, Get the fuck out of here. For a fucking hamburger. I didn't even
know that's what corn fritters look like.
Yeah. You should see. My mom and dad make them. They should be, those look like little turdlets it was terrible. It was terrible, man. I was like, God. And it's not the workers.
Little dingleberries.
Yeah, it's not, it's not the workers. The workers were nice and everything like that. But my God, if you're going to have a place like that, if you're going to take $30 out of my pocket, it better be a damn good burger. Yeah. And it just wasn't. It's like,
my meat was dry. My bread was dry in my sandwich. No pun intended there.
Yeah. It was very, yeah. And I don't know. So, yeah. Overpriced, crappy food, man.
That's the next website. Yeah. Instead of overpriced, stupid shit.
Yeah. We're going to start one time Brad and I we came across stuff that was overpriced. We were going to start a website that said overpriced stupid fucking shit. Yeah, ridiculous stuff. But anyways, yeah, not to be negative. The food's crap. I'm going to go back to grocery shopping a little bit more.
Yeah.
I tend to enjoy the food at home better than I do at restaurants. So at least right now around here. So
yes.
Anything else on your?
Well, I need to rest my belly. I'm having a hard time right now because man. That's the first time I've eaten that much in quite a while. Well, damn, that was. I've been wanting a Toff's banana split for a while, so waited all winter, so I had to do it. Since we were passing it up, so
you said you used to go with your grandfather, right?
Yeah. That was his favorite was banana splits.
Yeah, it's always fun to do things.
Friendlies used to have these giant banana splits.
I do remember in the boat.
He would get I think it came in like almost like a big dish.
I used to call it I think it was a boat.
It wasn't a boat. It was like a big, almost like I thought it was like a giant, like.
It's been too many years.
I don't even know, but my grandpa used to eat that whole fucking thing.
250 here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, those things are huge.
So.
Yeah, well, we'll keep moving forward, brother. And, I'm glad that we got on here, was a little honest with ourselves and our listeners that we're struggling, but we're still moving forward. And we're going to get back into the game and make sure we're a little more focused on video production for next week. So, and in the future. So,
and I'm going to go vomit real quick.
Okay. All right. Stick your
Peace out, everyone.
Yep. Bye.